Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so how does my audio sound today? Happy Wednesday night. Nora, thank you for the first. Mario, thank you for the second. Kobe, thank you for the third. Welcome in, welcome in. Sounds just fine. Good, good, good. Good evening, Kobe. I see you, Norva. Hello, Hispanic Assassin. Hi. Welcome in. Hello, Mario. Hello, I am Batboy. Welcome in. Hello, Izumi. Pikachu. This is background noise while I shut down my post at work. How's your week been? My week has been pretty good. I really needed more sleep today, but apart from that, everything's actually great. I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a week and a half on my new iron supplement, and I'm feeling a lot better. It's crazy how just a few days can do a lot. And a quick roll call. Hello, Nora. Hello, Mario. Hello, Kobe. Hello, Intel. Hello, Hispanic Assassin. Hello, I am Batboy. Hello, Izumi. Hello, Papa Churro. Hello, everyone. This recording, there's a funny story behind this. These nature sounds you're listening to right now. So I put my field recorder outside, and I accidentally forgot to actually go and get it like an hour after I left it out. So it was just out there for like 24 hours. And I forgot where it was, and I was super worried because I couldn't remember if I brought it in the house or not. But it was still there. It just recorded for several hours and then powered itself off. And I was like, oh, thank God. I am mostly tired from my walk today. Good for you for walking. It's really good for you. Why did you leave it outside? Whenever I record nature sounds, I put the field recorder on like a tiny tripod, and then I just leave it in the place where I want to capture sounds while it's recording. And then I come back when the recording is at the duration that I want it to be. Unfortunately, this time I just forgot to get it after like an hour or two. So it was just out there for a long time. But yes, this is the sound of a New York summer. Homemade audio. You kind of sound muffled a bit. I will bring down. Let's see. Brought down the audio just a little bit. Hopefully that helps. I spent a lot more time editing this audio in particular so that it doesn't like rise super high. Hopefully that works out really well for my voice. Nice. Yay! And this time of year, the fireflies are out here in New York. And we also have little frogs, which you can actually hear. Right now, I'm pretty sure those are frogs. And the crickets. It's so nice that you can hear the frogs and the crickets. Sometimes you even hear some birds. Very cool. I'm sure there's some people who can actually identify them from their sound. I love the little frogs though, they're super cute. If you ever saw one, you could like fit them in your hand. They're really tiny, little palm-sized frogs. Really sounds like you just recorded from my backyard. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And we do have some wind now and then too. And I think for the next one, I'm gonna try to capture a waterfall. We have a whole bunch in my area. So I think I'm gonna go to a whole bunch of different ones and see which one sounds the best. I'm excited. So many options. Another thing I realized too is if you have a field recorder like this, you can actually use the sounds for music production. Like you could isolate a sound like the sound of the frogs and you could actually make a song with it. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of alternative songs that use nature sounds to make very unique beats and interesting textures. Sorry, I'm back. I just got back home from an 11-hour shift. Oh my gosh. Had to drive my coworker home and go shopping for dinner for the missus. But I'm here now. Do anything you need today, Lila? Hello, hello. First of all, oh my gosh. I'm glad you're able to rest from your 11-hour shift. That's a long time. Like half a day. I hope you're feeling a little more cozy, a little more chill. Today's been a good day for me. I wish I got more sleep, but today I've really been focusing on chores. And I know that sounds really mundane, but like for me, there's something very peaceful about like cleaning and organizing your room. And I've been like getting really good at organizing. I recently discovered that there's not just like closet hangers for your clothes, but there's special ones just for like baseball caps and like belts and stuff. You can organize all your stuff in your closet. And I got some of those and I started hanging up my stuff. And I have like a little organizer that I put all my glasses in. And it looks super nice and professional. I got new prescription glasses recently. And I got 2 different styles for myself. I have them in there plus my sunglasses and glasses from previous years. And it looks so nice. It makes me really happy. And let's see. What else did I do today? Yeah, I guess I've just been chilling. It's been a nice, peaceful day. And it's been really nice. I'm doing laundry and cleaning up the house. Makes me really happy. It's a very, very simple thing to check off your to-do list to feel productive, you know? At least it is not the deafening sound of hundreds of tree frogs after it rains where I live. I wonder if the frog sounds I have in this recording are tree frogs. Along with your ASMR, I hear sirens going off. Rare to hear that around here. Wait, what kind of sirens? Is it like, it's not like tornado sirens, is it? Unless it's like fire trucks. I go back to work early in the morning, but I've been looking forward to the stream. Hey, any task done is a pat on the back. I agree, I agree. How do you feel about the early morning shift at work? Hello, Whispers! Beep, 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 beep. Hello, hello. How are you? I think they were ambulance sirens. Oh, that makes sense. They're pretty loud. Thankfully, ambulances are also typically very fast when they travel. Sounds like your day was, let's be a housewife day. Nothing wrong with that, to be honest. Yeah, I agree, I agree. I cooked some sweet potato fries earlier today. I love sweet potato fries. So good. What else did I make today? There was something else I made too that was good. Hold on, I can check my app. Oh, you know what I've been doing recently? Recently, I've been ordering frozen rice, and then I put it in a bowl and like I microwave it, and then I've been adding peanut sauce to it. If you guys have ever had like Thai food, sometimes they add peanut sauce to things, like your stir fry, and I got that to put on my rice, and it tastes so good. I love peanut sauce. I bet Evie just got home from work. Well, welcome back home. It's a good time for sleep, you know, that's what ASMR is often for. A sleep aid. Hello, sophisticated individual. Thank you for the first time chat. You remember the game? Which game? Do you mean the game where when you think about the game, you lose the game? Because if so, yes, I remember the game. I was winning for so long. Yeah, it was really good. If you ever need just like a bunch of energy, but you don't want to do a whole lot of work, get yourself some rice and pour some peanut sauce on that thing. Had me a banana after my work and then a chicken sandwich for dinner. Ooh, those are very good choices. I really like sandwiches. I feel like sandwiches are underrated. Such an easy food to prepare, and something about it is like so refreshing. There's a deli in my area you can get like a foot long with all the vegetables in the world, and I like to get it with spicy mustard. It's my favorite. Lila is a hot dog in a bun in a sandwich. The sandwichception? What do you mean? Hot dog in a bun in a sandwich. You know what? I bet there is someone that doubles up on the bread because I just love bread that much. That would not surprise me at all. Plus, you can do a lot with sandwiches. I love banana peanut butter sandwiches. Mm-hmm. Recently tried almond peanut butter for the first time. And because it's super healthy, it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but you know what I did? You know what I did? I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with this almond peanut butter. But I mixed honey into the almond butter, and dude, it tasted so good. Honey is a very healthy flavor carrier. It is such a good addition to like anything that doesn't have flavor. I've even put it on my pizza before, and I know it might sound cursed, but it tastes so good on pizza. It's not even funny, man. Honey is just liquid candy, and it's the best. No, it is a taco. Wait a minute. Aren't tacos sandwiches? But the bread is thin. But isn't it just a thin sandwich? Is a pancake with strawberries folded considered a taco? The questions that keep me up. Okay, I like the idea of a breakfast taco. I love pancakes. I don't need sleep, I need answers. That a girl, honey is so good with peanut butter. Yes. Yes. I recently had healthy jelly recently, and man, it tasted like nothing. I guess I should have figured because it's a fruit spread, really. It's not actually jelly because there's no such thing as healthy jelly, really. But with the honey saved the day. Can we put Lila in a sandwich? I would love to be a sandwich. The question is, what kind of sandwich would I be? Because, I mean, I do like the idea of being a burrito. I love burritos. And it can also be extremely overpowering and very strong. You know, you reminded me, there's actually different kinds of honey, so that's true. Like, honey can taste different depending on what it comes from. Like, there's different types of plants that bees can, like, feast on that make the honey taste different. But I've always had, like, just standard honey. I haven't experimented with different kinds. I should do that. Because I know they taste different. Like, some of them are more bitter and some of them are more sweet. Is a burger a sandwich? Or is a sandwich burger? I'm tempted to say a burger is a sandwich. I like pickles, but not so much on sandwiches. I just find they dominate the flavor. Really? Pickles? I mean, well, I guess it does depend on the pickle, too. I like sandwich pickles. And I like dill pickles that you just like put to the side so you can eat them whenever you want. But like the sandwich pickles, I really prefer them because they're like kind of sweet. I feel like sweet things don't tend to overpower as much as sour things. At least in my experience. Is a crepe considered a taco? You know, when I first discovered crepes, I was surprised they weren't just like dessert tacos. Because that's what they seem like to me, just dessert tacos. One spoonful and I could not eat anymore. Oh wow. There must have been a bit of other, that was a very powerful honey. Or like, I know some people are more sensitive to certain foods. Kind of like how some people, oh, what is it? I think it's some people that eat cilantro. To them it tastes like soap. I wonder if it's like a similar thing. is, is a berry a crepe or is a crepe a berry? No! That's a raw ingredient. It doesn't count. Dessert tacos, I'm stealing that. It really is though, it's a dessert taco. I was surprised when I came across them and they were called crepes. I was like, what is a crepe? This doesn't look like a crepe. What do you mean a crepe? What a strange name for such a familiar shaped food. God, I love dill pickles. Me too, me too. So good. I've definitely been in a very foodie mood lately. I've been learning how to cook more this summer, and it makes me very, very happy. I'd go ask the VTuber Berry Crepe. He, of all people, should know the answer. Is her name actually Berry Crepe? Because that's really cute. I love food-based VTubers. They make me so happy. They're so comforting. So inspiring. I like peanut butter, but I don't like wow butter? What's wow butter? Wow butter? World of Warcraft butter? Oh wow, it's a real person. Okay. I gotta check them out. Also, guys, I'm gonna be right back because I kid you not, as soon as it was time for me to start stream, Nala was like, I have to pee. And I was like, Nala, why do you always do this? Why is it that whenever I want to stream, like, she holds the pee in until it's time for me to go live? And then she's like, Mother, please help me. And I'm like, you had hours. Hours. I feel like she times it for whenever I'm about to stream every single time. I will be right back. Oh no, my hips are showing. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. I got it. We'll be just fine. I'm just gonna. There you go. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Nothing at all. It's fine. We're good. Hello, hello. Sauron, hello. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome in. Hello, Lila and chat. I trust that you're all doing well. Yes, yes. It's been a very cozy day here at home. A very much a housewife kind of day. Just cooking and cleaning. And being peaceful. That's my kind of day. Also, I love how Hispanic assassin has tendies. A solid choice. I approve. And hello, Nora. Welcome in. Yes, we've been talking a lot about food. I was talking about how I tried almond butter for the first time, and it was honestly lacking in flavor, which makes sense. A lot of healthy food does. And I added honey to it to make it taste better, and it was amazing. I loved it so much. My tail! My tail! I completely forgot about my tail again. Oh no, this always happens. I can't believe I did that. Oh no. Oh god, almost 40 minutes without my tail. Thank you for the tail pat, Sam. I appreciate you. I would have forgotten about my tail without you. I thought I was patting the void. No. my tail, it was there. It went on vacation, you know. It works really hard. Thank you for the headpats, Kobe. Thank you. Two hit for Twitch. Yeah, my two hit for Twitch awards are not on me. However, that is okay. I have my hand on the button for when I switch over to normal size. And so hopefully we will not be illegal. I feel so happy to be here now. Aw, yay, that makes me happy. Welcome to the sounds of New York on a summer night. Recorded by yours truly. I have some blueberries in my backyard that I've been munching on while I walk, since no one wants them, although a lot of them are raisins due to heat. Blueberries and raisins are really good for you. In fact, did you know that blueberries are a natural source of melatonin? Oh, oops. Did you know that blueberries are a natural source of melatonin? it's it's a chemical that your body produces to help you go to sleep at night. So if you have a hard time sleeping and you want to naturally help yourself sleep, you can have blueberries. Also, there's tryptophan in turkey, which also helps you to feel sleepy. If you have turkey with blueberries at night, it might help you out. I always thought that was pretty cool. You don't like blueberries? How could you? Stop it. How dare you? Blueberries are one of my favorites. How could you not like blueberries? Ooh, the poutine is in the Discord. Before I forget, is Nala named after the lioness from The Lion King? You know, funny enough, I actually couldn't tell you Because believe it or not, I didn't pick her name. My dad actually did. I originally gave her a name that honestly was not that great. This was years ago, before I started treating my various health conditions, because doctors couldn't figure out what was going on, and my brain was not very good at picking out names. So my dad was like, yeah, no, we gotta change her name, and he came up with it. And you know what's actually so adorable? Some of you might know that I used to live in New Mexico many years ago, and that's where I came across Nala. I was going on an afternoon walk, and I got to a dead end, and I turned around, and her and her sister were in the middle of the road, just looking at me, and kind of like sniffing around and like bobbing their heads, like, is this human safe to approach, or are they not? Like, they weren't sure. And I called them over, and they ran over super happy and excited, and Nala fell on the floor, like, and got on her belly and just rubbed around on the street, very happy to meet me. She also peed herself while she was running out of excitement. And New Mexico is the high desert. Nala actually means water in the desert, so it actually fit her very, very well. But my dad didn't know that that's what Nala meant, so it was like a complete coincidence. But yeah, that's the story of her name. Why didn't the Headless Horseman pass his math test? Oh, oh, I feel like this is, is, oh man, is this like a division joke because he doesn't have his head? I'm trying to think of what math term would probably fit that joke. Tell me, I can't think of anything. Trumpet still scares me. You don't like most berries? Trumpet, what the heck? How do you get your antioxidants? Berries are like nature's candy. How could you not like berries? Not a single one? Every now and then, I take melatonin gummies to help me sleep if I really need one. I used to try years ago melatonin. It didn't do anything. It had no effect on me for some strange reason. I don't know why. The best goes to blackberries. I like blackberries. Blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. A stray neat. Essentially, she did technically have a family along with her sister, but so in New Mexico, it's pretty common for people to just have dogs as like a security system. And Nala and her sister's owners, they lived in a trailer, and they worked in medical, so they weren't really home, and so they left the dogs outside all the time. But like, they just had a hole in the trailer. Like, they didn't even have like a bowl of food or anything. And so they technically had an owner, but they weren't really taken care of, I would say. Which is also a big reason why I think they followed me home. I expected after I pet them for a little bit that maybe they would get bored and go somewhere else, but when I started walking home, they just kept following me, and I was like, oh, okay. I think I have been adopted. That's so sweet. Both of my dogs, Candy and Cooper, were strays. Oh, that's really sweet. My what? I don't think I referenced anything that is like in your possession as much as I was like, how could you not like berries? Oh! Guys, I jump scared myself with my own boobs. Oh no. Oh no. I like some berries. Blueberries I like. Raspberries I'm not really a fan of. I like all the berries. Give me all the berries. Every single one. They're mine. I'm the berry bandit. I love berries. I'll eat them all day long. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I like putting them on my ice cream and my pancakes. If I could, I'd put them in my sandwiches. Actually, Cooper was similar in how he approached me. He came to my feet and laid on his side, instantly choosing me to be his human. Oh, that's so cute. That is adorable. Oh my gosh. I eat so healthy, it's a wonder I even function. You know, Trumpet, I feel the same way. But I honestly think that you just have like such like your body has so much reserves. It's just kind of coasting off of that, at least for now. Like how you adopted us. Yee. I like all berries. Strawberries are my number one favorite, with raspberries being a second. Strawberries are so good. They're so versatile too. Like you could dip them in chocolate, or like put whipped cream on them, or like turn them into a like a smoothie. You reminded me that I have a whole bunch of I have like these metal trays that are like molds for making popsicles, and I want to start turning my fruit that I turn into smoothies into like popsicles. Like once I'm done making the smoothie, I want to pour it into the molds and let it freeze over and eat it. For those who don't know, I have a very special diet, so I can't eat a lot of normal food. So I make my own like equivalent of everything, and that has been like my personal goal for ice cream for a while, to just like make my own fruit popsicles. Yeah. That sounds like something Nora would somehow get scared of. Listen, they're so huge. They're like bigger than my face. That's terrifying. If something came at your face and it was bigger than your face, wouldn't you get scared? Speaking on the scary opie, I have a serious question. Are you ready for the spook season coming up soon? I am so ready. I am so ready. I want to play horror games with my friends, and I want to. So, for those who don't know, because of my conditions, I haven't been well enough to like really celebrate holidays for a while, but I want to try this year. And I really want to celebrate Halloween a bit more than I usually do. Like, really make it an event for me and perhaps my family, although they're not really into holidays, so we'll see how that goes. But but I love Halloween and I love fall time. It's such a cozy season. I like how in my area we have a lot of forests. So like when the colors change, it is beautiful. It is so scenic. All the colors and I like pumpkin spice things and I can start drinking hot cocoa and it's not like it's not like you wouldn't have hot cocoa in the summertime. Like that's psychotic. Who would do that? But like in the fall time, you can get away with that. And yeah, I really like also I also like how people are more openly like spooky or deviating from normal clothing. Like it's acceptable to wear something kind of creepy or to talk about ghosts and stuff around Halloween. That's the time. I have to ask Leela, which one have you liked more so far? Halo Reach or CE? I would say Halo Reach because in general, I like games that I can play with my friends. growing up, I liked a lot of solo games, but it was always more fun with people. And I actually feel that way even more as I grow up. If I can't play with my friends, or if it's a game that limits how many people I can play with, it does kind of restrict the depth of the experience for me. I find it so much more spontaneous and funny and like a fuller experience when you get to play with your friends. My body currently does not give half a shit about what I eat usually. Hey, that's really good. That means your body is healthy. It can compensate for anything that's a bit more like processed, and it does well with everything else too. That's good. Candy was rescued at an abandoned church, and she was chosen to be Cooper's companion after an elder dog had passed away. Aww, that's really cute. There were quite a few abandoned churches actually in New Mexico. I remember when I was driving into the state, there was actually like a teeny tiny one. It looked like practically a house because it was so small. And super cute. That's actually one of the things I kind of liked about the state. There were some like really old structures there. And it looked super cool, very historic. I mean, I wish I had some reserves, but I like the energy I have so often. Oh wait, I wish I had less reserves, but I like the energy I have so often. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. 'Cause of your tum tum. It's okay to have a tum tum. I mean, oh wait, you know what? I just remembered something, Trumpet. So I don't know if you know this, but not that I necessarily think you're under eating, but like if your body doesn't get enough nutrients, sometimes it actually prioritizes building more fat in your abdominal area because it's like, well, we don't really like always have enough food throughout the day or like enough nutritious food. So I wonder if maybe ironically eating more might cause your body to not do that. I don't know for sure. Everyone's genetics are different, but it is a possibility. I forgot about that. Whether it's eating a little too light or just like not having enough nutrients, it can make the body think that maybe you're like not in a famine time, but like somewhat food insecure. Like the body doesn't know the difference. But it's one possibility, but it also depends. Like sometimes people just don't have a lot of muscle in their core. Like it's easy to build muscle in your like legs when you think about it because you walk all the time, but with your like core, you usually have to be more intentional with exercises to like flatten that area. Also, sometimes people have digestive issues and they don't know it, and it causes them to bloat a little bit. I definitely have a little bit of that myself. Do you need consumer safe popsicle molds added to your throne? No, it's okay. I already have stainless steel ones. Frozen got them for me a while back. Yeah. Lila cosplays as her VTuber model for spooky season. You know, I don't know if I've said this before, but one reason why I switched to this model is because I wanted a model that I could like cosplay at conventions and like it would be easier to cosplay as because it wouldn't take as much like makeup and stuff as my previous models. Like my previous models looked very different from me to the point where it would take a lot more time and energy and money to like cosplay myself well. That was actually one of my considerations for this model. Can't wait to see what you got in store for us this spooky season. Me too, me too. I want to play some more spooky games and hopefully get some friends along too. Wait, cocoa? Yes, I love hot cocoa. Hot cocoa is the best. I love hot cocoa. Even when it's cold. I like any excuse to eat something that tastes like chocolate. I like chocolate a lot. But when you have to eat a very healthy diet like me, it can be hard to find chocolate tasting things that you're allowed to have. But that's also why I like hot cocoa because it's actually it's a type of chocolate beverage I can more easily have. Halloween falls on a Saturday this year, if I remember. I will be available for any horror games you want to play with us. Heck yeah. I love that it's Saturday. That's a perfect Halloween night. What about organic apple cider? You know, I think I have to try more kinds, but I think I've had apple cider once before and I didn't like it. But I will say, I'm in an area where we have a lot of farms where they make their own, like everything, like their own apple cider too. I think I just need to try different kinds because I imagine they're formulated differently depending on the source. But I would like to find one that I like because it seems like the kind of thing where if it's sweet enough, I think I'll like it. But I think that the ones I've had have been just a little too bitter for me. I don't tend to like bitter things very much. Unsure if it'll be in October or late September around my birthday, but I plan on having an actual vacation and going to the beach. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. And those are good month choices because it's like not too super hot either. That's amazing. I love the beach. The beach is actually my happy place. I hope you have a lot of fun. And I don't know what beach you're going to, but sometimes beaches have like seashells and stuff. If you're into collecting like seashells or sea glass and stuff, I hope you find beautiful ones. That's one of my favorite parts about going to the beach. I need a stronger core. Gotta do those ab workouts, man. Gotta do those crunches and those leg raises. The abdomen is my biggest target for my workouts, but is the hardest for me. I think that's pretty common. Actually, I feel the same way. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like working out your abdomen, like, your stomach is so sensitive. I feel like it hurts a lot more than like your arms and legs when you exercise. At least that's my experience. I feel so good when I work out my abs, but it's so painful. It takes a lot more discipline. I would need to lose 90 pounds if I wanted to cosplay my new model. Hey, if you want that to be a goal, it can be, but I also think healthiness is also more important. Sometimes the healthiest thing for some people is to not be so small. Nah, perfect Halloween is when it ends on a Friday the 13th. I wonder what day it landed on last year. I was like, I feel like one of the past Halloweens we had over the past few years was a Friday the 13th. I love tart flavors or sour. It's been a while since I've had a sour thing, so I don't remember how it registers to me. But I find tart flavors okay. I need to have something tart too. I don't think I've had that in a while. I've found washed up jellyfish on the beach before. Whoa. I've seen washed up fish at Coney Island. I think my favorite thing to find on the beach is sand dollars. Or really, really small starfish. I've never found a, well, have I found a big starfish on the beach before? I don't think so. I think I've only found small ones. My happy place is quietly laying in bed. This is a good choice. I basically plan to lay in the sand and listen to nature and feel the sun. I like that plan. That sounds very peaceful and healthy. Leg races? Leg raises. Why did I say it like that? Leg raises never really engaged my core, I don't think. It's hard for me to describe, but just in case I might be saying the wrong name, because it's totally possible. It's when you lay on the floor and you activate your abs in order to raise your legs up straight up into the air. And you kind of like flex there for a while if you want to make it more intense, and then you bring your legs back down and you just keep doing that. So it's like a L shape with your body. Thank you for the lunar Lila whispers. Guys, look at how pretty the color is. When I am lunar colored, I nearly said lunar shaped. Look at me, guys, when I'm in a crescent moon shape. Look at how I glow. That's not how that works. I really like the lunar Lila at night color scheme. It's really pretty to me. I'm able to do 30 to 50 sit-ups. Whoa! It's a lot. Sit-ups are really good too. Of course, there's also planks, although they're not my favorite, I gotta say. They get the job done. I get muscle really fast when I do planks. And crunches. And leg raises. The next Halloween that falls on a Friday will be in 2031, so 5 years from now. Whoa! That's crazy. That's a long time. Starfish are terrifying? Why are they terrifying? Is it like because of the way they move? Or like how they attach to things? Or is it because their mouth is like in the center of their bodies? I think I've seen them eat before, and I think that they're kind of scary when they eat things. Fits the night sky, yes. I mean, the white fur is basically glowing, so exactly. That's what I love about it. It's so pretty. I can't currently do planks, at least not proper ones. Hey, that's totally valid. In fact, you know what I might still have to do this. So there's something called modified planks, which is where instead of like being on the palms of your hands, you can actually be on your elbows when you do planks. So you can like bend your arm and have the weight of the front of your body on your elbows instead, and it can make it a little easier to do. You can also do a similar thing actually with your legs. You can like bend your legs instead of doing the whole leg. Although I think you can't do the bending of the arm and the bending of the leg at the same time and do a plank, I think, because it just doesn't mechanically work. But you could do one or the other depending on like if your arms or your legs are a little weak. You could choose one or the other to make it a bit easier. I had to do that when I first started exercising years ago because I was so weak. I had to do adjustments. Do not be afraid to adjust the exercise to your comfort. After all, good form is what really matters. It gets you more results than doing more reps perfectly. If you try to do it perfect but you strain yourself, you might hurt yourself accidentally. Better to do fewer exercises with very good form. I've never actually had issues with planks. Push-ups, however. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. There's all sorts of good ab exercises, and it's good to mix things up. Muscle confusion is very important. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's right, your toe is healing, so you probably don't want to do planks right now. Let that tootsie heal. I can do full squats with both of my feet flat on the ground. I can do that for hours on end. Dang, Nora. Okay. Nora got that cake confirmed. Got powerful glutes over there. That's crazy. I can only do 10 push-ups. Hey, that's pretty good. To be honest, when I first started exercising, I couldn't even do 1. 10 is pretty good. That's a whole set. Yeah, I don't want to do planks right now. My feet hurt from today, though. Oh, no. I mean, on the bright side, doing some light exercise can actually help wounds to heal faster, and all that circulation in your foot is probably helping your toe at least a little bit to heal better. Thank you for the tail pats, Hispanic Assassin. Thank you, thank you. So confession time. I don't know how to dance yet, but I always wanted to 110% complete the hardest song on a Dance Dance Revolution arcade machine. I always see people do it online, and I get motivated to want to try. I think it's the songs that get me the most. I agree. Time, thank you for the stretch. Thank you. I'm gonna stretch right now. Hispanic Assassin, I think that's a great goal. I also cannot dance, actually. But I also really enjoyed Dance Dance Revolution when I was a kid and a teen. And unfortunately, well, actually, this might have changed, I'm not sure. But my processing is a little slower. So it was always hard for me to try to get good at that game. Because, like, it just felt like information was flying at me faster than I could, like, register the arrows on the screen and then, like, move my body. I have to try that again, actually. I wonder if that's gotten better. But I think that's a great goal. And I also think the arcade is a very, like, accessible way to practice. I would like to get better at dancing someday. I think I would probably use YouTube tutorials, and maybe if I'm feeling really confident, I could go to dancing classes. I love doing squats, but it's all just flabby right now. It needs a lot of work. Hey, everyone starts somewhere, right? I walked 12.1 miles today in boots. Whoa. Whoa. I hope you had good soles. Though one of my personal spots I have in my town that I want to try and get to again before summer is over is a mini little hidey hole and basically some very shallow cliffs at the lighthouse in my town. I love lighthouses. It's out of sight of everyone and right on the water. Just gotta be good at some minor rock climbing. That sounds like a really cozy spot. There's a lot of tiny little like places like that in my area. In fact, we do have a lighthouse, but not in a traditional sense. I can't describe it because it would probably dox my location. But I love lighthouses so much. I always wanted to actually visit one. I've considered going to a few different places here in the Northeast just to be able to experience that, including Maine. They actually have some like cute islands sometimes that have a lighthouse on it, and they're still functioning too. I love little towns that are like along the water and they have boats and stuff. It's so cozy to me, and I like hearing the water. It's very calming, very good for the nervous system. It's also really cool if you see people like fishing and stuff. In my area, it's actually really cute. We have a lot of like older people in my area, and sometimes like if you're near a place where people fish and the people are fishing and they see you, they're like, "Oh, good. Come here, young one. Let me teach you the ways of the fish." I once had a guy teach me how to fish with corn of all things. He was like, "The fish like corn," and it was really cute, absolutely adorable. It's like I had an instant grandpa with fishing lessons for an hour. It was very sweet. I also can't dance to save my life. I can only really do basic slow dances. Hey, that's okay. At least you know something. I unfortunately I don't think I've internalized anything. But I would like to know how to dance. If nothing else, slow dances for very formal occasions. I can apparently run pretty fast even in boots. That's amazing. I mean, boots generally give you more support, though. That's actually a decent shoe choice, I would think. How's your day going, Lila? It's going very well. And it's going even better because you're here. It was a very chill, cozy day today. I did some cooking and some chores. I was practically living in a housewife simulator today, and I like it. Very peaceful. I love peaceful days. Days that most people might find a bit mundane or boring. They're actually my favorite. I think it's a big reason why I like Ghibli movies, because I'm just like, that's my ideal life. Just a peaceful existence. My heels hurt the most. Oh no! That's not good. You might need some souls to give you extra support then. Then again, you do walk a lot. That might just be it too. Rhode Island! I think Rhode Island does have lighthouses. And it is along the water too, so they got a lot of coastal places. At least if I'm remembering correctly, I think it's along the coast. I do stand for an average of 10 hours a day, and I get between 10k to 12k steps within 8 hours. It's amazing. Wow. I try to get 12 steps minimum per day as well. 29.7k steps. Okay, listen. You can just round it up to 30k, alright? No need to be humble about it. That's a lot of steps. In fact, that's like... gotta be like... 12? 15 miles? Something like that? That's a lot. Who is Road and why are they on my island? On an island. I was about to be like, whoa, Whisper owns a whole island? Rich and fancy over here. He's got a whole island. Well, I'm also wearing my boots instead of my shoes because I have more toe room. Oh yeah, since I have it bandaged during the day. That makes sense. Some shoes have more of a toe box than others, and that's really important for when you hurt your toes. In fact, I recently discovered a new shoe brand that I really like. I didn't realize prior to getting these shoes how much my feet hurt every day because I wasn't like wearing quite the right shoes. And in more ways than one. Like I definitely need more support than the average person, but also like my feet are a little bit wider. So like the standard sizes just they suffocate my tootsies, and they actually were probably making my shoes fall apart faster because of like all the internal pressure of my toes being squished all day long. And with these new shoes, I have a bigger toe box, and it's so nice. It's so nice to have shoes that like they actually are the shape of my feet. They don't force my feet to be in a weird shape, and I got nice support. The only funny thing is like if I walk on like a stone floor, I sound like Squidward. I'm not even joking. The other day I was walking through a library and there was a stone floor. And it was just like whack 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 whack. I was like, I'm Squidward. Today my feet are Squidward. Oh, that's right, it is 12 miles like you said. I'm sorry, me forgot. Favorite Studio Ghibli movie, Leela? I plan to watch Ponyo with the Mrs. Deb one day. But my all-time favorite is Princess Mononoke. Unintentional rhyme or intentional rhyme? Smart. My favorite Ghibli movie. I have to go with Spirited Away because it was my first Ghibli movie, I'm pretty sure. And I think it came out in theaters when I was like 8 or 10, something like that. And it was such a great experience. And such a great introduction to Studio Ghibli as a whole. And for those of you who grew up like watching movies in the theater, like there was something about seeing things in theaters that was really special. Like the big screen, the projector, the red velvet seats, the popcorn, like just all of it. I think Ponyo is an awesome movie too. Princess Mononoke is pretty good. But I gotta say Spirited Away. I can never watch that movie like too many times. I think it's so well done. And the soundtrack is banger. And the animation, like, oh, there's so many cool animation things that happen in that movie because it's so, like, you know, supernatural. There's amazing, amazing art in that particular movie. Now the only thing that truly hurts is my lower back. It's not in pain exactly, it just tends to feel bruised and weak, but I think that's because I tend to sleep on my side. But I have a floor bed. I guess it would depend on, like, how the pain responds to different things. Like, do you wake up in the morning with back pain, or do you only feel it, like, after work, for example? Because if you wake up with it, that might be a sign you need more support from your actual bed. But if it's like an after work thing, you might need some more support to, like, maybe help distribute that weight of everything you carry throughout the day. Or you might just need to exercise. Sometimes muscle is the best support for your back. I wouldn't say I own an island. I just found this island and decided to claim it. None of this, how did you get onto my island stuff. Understandable. I would love to own an island. There's some islands for sale in the Northeast. They tend to be pretty expensive, but they're very cute. Still can't thank you enough for the shoe recommendation and the compression socks. Wearing both of those with the custom sole inserts have reduced my feet and Achilles heel tendon pain by 80%. Yeah, I'm happy to help. In fact, the shoe I recommended to you is the shoe I'm also talking about now for myself. It's really, really comfortable. I'm so glad I'm not in pain all the time. I totally understand what you mean. And I'm always happy to share solutions that have worked for me. I'm Squidward, Squidward, I'm Squidward, 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 Squidward. Are you Squidward? Are we all Squidward? Is there a Squidward I don't know about? Confession, never seen a Ghibli movie. Kobe, we gotta introduce you to your first Ghibli. I think Spirited Away would be a good one. We should watch that sometime in, like, October. Yes, idea for movie night. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I'm basic. My neighbor Totoro is my favorite overall. But visually my favorite is The Wind Rises. Ooh, those are good choices too. I love how in Neighbor Totoro, there's no antagonist. But the story still works. That's one thing I really appreciate about that one. It's also like a cozier Ghibli in my opinion. Don't mind me, needed something to help me sleep. Hello Raz, welcome in, welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoy the nature sounds. Good night, Whispers. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hydrate. You reminded me, wearing those same shoes you recommended, I walked into work on a rainy day, and I also sounded like Squidward when walking on that waxed floor. See? Now, you can be Squidward part-time. You just gotta find the right floor. I do love these new shoes a lot. I'm always looking for new products like that to be, like, kinder to my body. I like wearing clothes that are more comfortable and functional above all else. I feel like, what's the point of looking good if you're in pain all the time? I think everyone looks hotter when they're comfortable. That is my personal fashion take. Also, Nora, I tried those vitamin C lollipops that you got me, and they're really good. I like them. Not that I'm surprised, of course. I think you've also tried them yourself? Question mark? But they're really good. Oh, you know what would be cool? We've talked about this a little bit. But on the topic of me kind of inventing my own healthy versions of food that already exist, I want to, like, make my own, like, chocolate candies. But it would be cool if I made my own lollipops too. One thing at a time. I'm practically building my own cookbook for myself at this point, but I love the possibilities. I love exploring different ingredients and combinations of things. It's a lot of fun. It actually feels very creative to me. And I hope to one day have my own book of recipes of healthy things that are like healthy, but they don't have to taste bland. You know what I mean? Because healthy food can be more at risk of tasting bland sometimes. Oh, I have? Yay! And I will continue to help you, my lord. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you very much. I love sharing helpful information with people. Another reason why I suspect I'm autistic is that I feel like I'm always looking for useful information, and then when I like vet something to be high quality, I share it with my loved ones if I know that they have a similar interest or problem. And it makes me happy when I know I've made a difference. I'm going to turn myself into Lunar Lila because I really like the color. It's so pretty. Let's see, today is Wednesday, so on Friday we're gonna probably finish Halo CE. Oh, I should have mentioned this before Whisper is logged off for the night. I'm debating if I should, I want to set up a Uno stream with my friends. And I've been debating if I should do it on Monday or if I should do it on Friday. Because we're probably going to finish Halo CE this week. I could do next Friday for that, but I could also do Monday. The loneliest Cubone, hello, thank you for the first time chat. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Cubone is a really cute Pokemon. You're reminding me of that sad episode where Cubone lost his mama. You had me at Uno? Heck yeah. I don't know how many players can play Uno simultaneously, but I want to bring in as many people as we can. Thank you for the follow, the loneliest Cubone. Welcome to the tofu. Welcome, welcome. We can have up to 4 Uno players? Okay, I'm guessing... Oh wait, that's right. We actually talked about this. So the plan is, if we have a lot of players, we'll just rotate. That way everyone gets a chance to play. I almost forgot about that. Both days work for me? Heck yeah. Monday, my children leave on Sunday. Please, Lord, name your price. Whatever works with you, thank you. I appreciate it. I do my best to pick days that are most accessible when I can. Cubone has one of the most messed up Pokedex entries. Oh, for sure. One thing I appreciated about Pokemon is that as I got older, like, they weren't afraid of inventing some genuinely creepy and, like, dark lore and starting to mention it in the Pokédex and, like, Pokemon episodes. Like, I actually really appreciate their creation of Lavender Town in that respect. Like, in the manga and in the anime, I was like, whoa, this is kind of dark for Pokemon, but I like it. I think it kind of makes it more adult-friendly in a way for Pokemon to have a little bit of edge. Cubone also has more and better lore than Pikachu. You know, it's funny, I don't really remember Pikachu's lore. But I remember Cubone. I also remember, I'm trying to remember, this is from the old... Oh, Kangaskhan, there you go. The old Pokemon series, the episode where that boy was in the wild, and his parents were like looking for him, but he was being raised by the Kangaskhan. Like that's an iconic episode for me. I also love the unknown Pokemon. So creepy, but so cool. You know, I actually really miss Pokemon now that I think about it. I'd love to play Pokemon on stream sometime. And I think I'd like to build like a party of ghost Pokemon, probably. Oh my god, you're right. Bantup is the soul of a lost child, if I remember correctly. Yes, I forgot about that. And also, uh, uh, the Pokemon Hypno has some messed up lore too. Like supposedly it hypnotizes children and leads them away from like family and they just disappear forever. Like, Jesus Christ. Drifloon steals children and flies away with them. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Drifloon literally kidnaps kids and unalives them. Is the unaliving part in the lore? Dude, that's crazy. Would you play the Pokemon games if you haven't so already, or would you try your luck with the trading cards everyone's been going crazy about lately? I'm trying to translate that sentence. Do you mean I would play modern Pokemon games if I haven't already? Or would I play the trading card game? Is that what you mean? I appreciate people who collect the Pokemon cards. I will also say I have experienced indirectly through my friends how like bad it's kind of gotten, in a sense that like there's so many people who buy Pokemon cards like as soon as they come out in mass, like through bots and stuff, and resell at a high price. And there's so much of like an emphasis on the monetary value of the cards also because Pokemon is so popular. I feel like the hobby has a lot of people in it that just kind of care about the money incentive, and like that's not necessarily unique to Pokemon cards. Like that's a very common thing, but like it just seems to have reached such a fever pitch with Pokemon cards that like I can appreciate them aesthetically, but I feel like I can't really like buy them myself and feel like good about it because of the state that the culture is in right now. But I do have Pokemon cards. I've been gifted a lot from other people, and like I think they're really beautiful. And I would play with them, but I don't think I would buy them myself. You know what I mean? But I grew up on the Pokemon Game Boy games, and I also enjoyed a lot of the GameCube ones as well. And sometimes I want to go back to those series again, or or try one of the modern Pokemon games, but like not Scarlet or Violet, because the animation in those games, and the gameplay was not quite for me. It was too easy to put the games down. It just wasn't a experience that I found satisfying. It was a little too easy, actually. And that's another thing. Like, I come from a time where you had to really earn your Pokemon. Some of the modern games, it doesn't feel like that necessarily, which isn't like bad, because I think Pokemon's adding a lot of other mechanics to sort of like make up for it. But I do like a challenge personally in my own games. If it's a little too easy, I'm like, eh. When I win something, it doesn't feel like a real win, you know? It feels like I've just been given something just for participating in the game instead of earning it myself. In the anime, Litwick steals the life force of people in Pokemon. Yes! I actually really like that Pokemon. I like the design, it's very well done. Plus Sandy Glass or whatever it's called, the Sandcastle one, eats kids. I didn't know that. What? That's crazy. Oh, Sandy Gast. Oh. I mean, also modern competitive Pokemon is crazy. Yeah, I respect people who like do gaming and like nerd culture stuff competitively, but I also think that whenever you do something that is like creative too competitively, it can like kind of morph into something else that can be really transactional and not necessarily fun anymore because it's so much about proving something to someone or like trying to make a lot of money, you know, that it can reduce the quality of other things. I would rather like have cards and play a game cuz I like want to support the artists that make the cards or just cuz I want to have fun with my friends and you know, sometimes I feel like we overcomplicate things a little too much and then we lose touch with the spirit of something, you know? I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic the Gathering poker kind of guy, but I do respect the grind for Pokemon card collectors. I've considered trying to learn Magic the Gathering. I've heard good things about it. And I did have Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was younger, but I could never figure out the rules. So I think me and my siblings would just kind of make things up. But boy, did I love my Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I think there's a Blue Eyes Black Dragon as well. I don't remember for sure, but I remember that being my favorite card, the Blue Eyes White Dragon, because like in the anime, like it was practically a stim when the character said, "Blue Eyes White Dragon." I summoned my Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I love dragons. Dragons are beautiful. Hello, friendly reminder to stay fed and hydrated. Mr. Pep, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy the summer night sounds. Welcome to the tofu. My lord, I could teach you how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll try it. I will say, just to be fair, over the years I've tried to get into D&D and like it's one of those things where whenever I found a group, they just didn't meet consistently. And like when I did finally find a D&D group that did, because of my energy issues, like I would get tired like only 1/3 into a session, which made me kind of feel bad. Because sometimes these gaming sessions can be a few hours at a time, you know what I mean? And I want to do it justice, but I also want to be like present energetically. Titans, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the tofu. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you enjoy the sounds. And so, as long as you don't mind shorter sessions, especially because like card games can have a lot of rules sometimes, and it can be a lot for my brain. That sounds like a lot of fun. But yeah, I used to do 3-hour D&D sessions with a group, and like 1 hour into it, I'd get so tired, and I'd be like, "Oh no, me tired. Now my brain no work real good." Spellcaster decks over any decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't care what anyone says. Always have a great time with my magicians. I think spellcaster decks, that's a type of strategy, isn't it? Like spellcaster cards are a certain category of cards, something like that. Sometimes I want to learn a card game and like go to a gaming store and just kind of like see what would happen if I played games with other people. But I know so little, and I know that, I mean, a lot of people are very nice and they'll teach you, but I also know sometimes people aren't really into that, and they're like, if you're gonna join our game, at least know the basics or something. So I'd rather like know something before I try that. I have always been interested in playing D&D. Me too. I really like the kind of improv part of it. The ability to just kind of create a character and to create dialogue and stuff. It's like it's kind of like musical theater, but without the music. And I mean, yeah. And you get to even like some people get really creative about it. and they have their own 3D D&D like maps, or virtual ones that their characters can walk through. The other day I saw this fancy thing. It looks like a castle tower, and the way it works is you put your dice in the top of it and it rolls down the steps of the tower, and it's like circular tower steps, and then what it lands at the bottom, like that's your roll. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. That is so fun. I love stuff like that. I like having something tangible, something physical to make a game feel a little more real or fun or spontaneous. Yeah. I would like to know at least one card game in the future. My Pokemon collection includes a lot of the retro cards too from my childhood, which makes me happy. As a DM, D&D is having 5 goblins, my players, in a playground you have, and you help them make sandcastles and throw rocks at it. That's really cute. If I may be so bold, Leela, have you ever watched any abridged shows before? Like Yu-Gi-Oh! And the such. I have watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I've also watched pre-abridged. So many years ago, Octopimp did an abridged version, and it's called 50% Off on YouTube. That's hilarious. I would say ghost stories, but technically it's not abridged. That's just the actual English dialogue. I was also one of those kids that liked to watch abridged versions of like Sonic X and like cartoons I watched as a kid. I wish I could tell you the creators, but I feel like if you searched it on YouTube, it's probably still there. Ghost Stories dubbed is a whole joke. It was so fun to watch that, dude. You know how difficult it is to be ridiculous for an entire anime series and to do it well? Like, I'm actually really impressed by how they did that. It's amazing. Oh! And Dragon Ball Z abridged. I don't know if Dragon Ball Z abridged or Dragon Ball P is the same thing. Let's see, I'm searching it up right now. Okay, no, I am thinking of something different. I'm thinking of Dragon's Ball PP, which is a Dragon Ball Z parody animation. Okay, so they are separate. Yeah, so there's... Oh my god, yeah. So there's a abridged version, but then there's like the Dragon's Ball P animations that are all parodies. I love that so much. Miarar? Miarar? Hello, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome in. That's really cute. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the tofu. I hope you enjoy the night sound. I appreciate you being here. Yes, yes. But yeah, I would like to know at least one card game in the future. I feel like, apart from gaming, I would like to have at least one nerdy hobby where I can meet other people and have like deeper conversations and activities. I am a deep soul. I like being more invested in things. It is good for my brain. But I really would like to play Pokemon soon. Once we're done with Halo, the Halo series, and Uno, and I have to play Rust for you guys and BioShock. Those were previous things that I promised to do, and I want to do that as well. I would like to play some Pokemon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, I wonder if, apart from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like what the newer Pokemon games are. I want to say I feel like I've heard of the new. Um, there's been a few games since then. No, I think so. Is it Pokemon Diamond? No, no, that's an older one, I think. Speaking from experience, Pokemon or Magic are your best bets for something easy to learn and pick up. Yu-Gi-Oh is just way too complicated, even though I'd be more than willing to teach you it. Okay, noted. Would you say that Magic is easier to learn than D&D? I'm curious about that. I mean, I feel like D&D is such a custom experience, it might be hard to, like, rank the two. But I'm curious, though. Part of me feels like maybe Magic is easier because it actually is so rule-based and not, like, so custom, but that actually might make it more complicated because you can't, like... D&D, because you can invent things, you can, I guess, invent something simple if you wanted. Diamond and Pearl, Gen 4. Also, I stepped away. Which one are you trying to think of? I'm trying to think of the Pokemon games that have released since Pokemon Violet and Scarlet came out. Are there any new Pokemon games that have released since then? Because I'd love to play, like, the Pokemon games I grew up with, like Pokemon Emerald and Fire Red and, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Oh, what's the third one? You guys know what gens I'm talking about. But I'm also wondering if there's a new Pokemon game that I just haven't heard of that I would maybe like to experience that I could also play. It can depend on the person, but if you really invest time into learning, you can understand the game in no time, to be honest. Okay. Magic Gathering is easier, plus the cards are very affordable. Nothing new that I can think of. Wait, no, Legends ZA. Oh, that's right! Scarlet and Violet is Gen 9. That's right! Legends ZA is the latest Pokemon one. Oops, I accidentally deactivated my tail. Do I have that in my Steam library? Hold on, I'm curious. No, I don't think I do. Okay, noted. Oh wait, is that even on Steam? Why am I looking on Steam for this? Oh, it's not on Steam. What am I thinking? Why did I go straight to Steam? Don't mind me. My brain got confused. And upcoming is Wind and Waves, I think? I've heard of that one! Okay. Okay. Noted. I have heard of that one. It's Nintendo. Why would it be on Steam? That's what I'm saying! Why did I go to Steam looking for a Nintendo game? I don't know, man. Listen. It's a little past midnight. I'm allowed to have a special brain. But okay, noted. So I am looking forward to Wind and Waves. I've seen some of the promo for that, and it looks really good. Actually, I might have Magic the Gathering cards around. I need to search for that. I don't remember. Beautiful goofball you are. Pokemon games are strictly exclusive to Nintendo consoles. You would need to get a Switch too, if you want to play the new stuff. Oh, that's right. That's right. Also, Pokemon Pokopia, however, it's spelled. That's true, that's true. Where you play as a Ditto, I think? Yeah! Which is a cool concept. I'm glad they're trying new things, because that was my concern with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It just felt kind of uninspired and incomplete. I'm glad they're starting to be more inventive with their games. Noted, noted. Something to look into. In fact, let me get my notes app out. So we got Magic the Gathering, recent Pokemon game, question mark? Or retro game? The Switch 2. I've seen the Switch 2. And it's one of those consoles where, like, it's okay to me, but I don't think it's particularly innovative from, like, the Switch 1. And so I would like to avoid it if I can. I'm sort of waiting for Nintendo to create a console that's a bit more different. But if there's a game that's good enough on a console, I might consider getting it. But for the most part, I want to reserve my monies until they come up with something a little more creative. Nobody would blame you if you wanted to play a retro Pokemon game, ROM hacks. Definitely a more fun, accessible option. Thing is, I have the actual games, and I also have like the hardware to actually like stream the original. Well, I guess an emulator could be higher quality though, I suppose. So let me ask, I understand playing certain games with friends, but in your gamer opinion, do you prefer playing your games on your PC or another console like the Switch or something else? Both is acceptable, was just curious to know if you prefer to play one console over the other sometimes. I used to be a die-hard console gamer, and then when I played on Steam for long enough and saw all the options that were out there and like how much easier it is to like manage your games versus having a console, and like being able to just use my computer to play them instead of having like a separate TV and everything. Now it's the other way around. I'm a really hardcore PC gamer. I'm not opposed to consoles, it's just now I'm like so used to PC that a console feels like a lot of extra effort for a lot less options comparatively. And so like now my brain is just like, we should use the PC. There's so many games in there. And they're often like more affordable sometimes because some Steam games are really simple and more affordable and you don't have to have this big setup. I also have a really small room, so there isn't a lot of space to have like a TV. I just have like my PC set up. Well, you shouldn't buy a whole console for just one game. Yeah, I know. But you know, if they had a few high quality games that I couldn't live without, I'd consider it. It depends actually. I mean, okay, this might sound like a lot, but if a game is awesome enough, I might get the whole console just for one game. I'd probably wait until the console was on sale, or the game was on sale, or both, or like ask someone to gift it to me, you know? But I might do that. If I really love a game though. Because it depends, like, if I really love a game, the replayability of it, and like if I can enjoy it with my friends even better, it can be so high value that I would consider it. It would have to be very exceptional, but I also think it's possible. I mainly play games on my PC. I used to play on the Xbox. I used to have an Xbox, but I felt like every time I booted it up, it needed to update for 30 minutes. And it happened so often that I was just like, I can't do that. I feel like my console is holding me hostage. I just want to play the game. Why can't you just like update when I'm not using you? Like, I don't know. I can put you in sleep mode and you can just update when I'm not using it. Why do you always have to do it right when I turn you on and I want to play a game? It's very, very testing my patience. Not to mention the Switch 2 and games on it are stupidly expensive. Yeah, I've heard that the materials that are used to like make consoles has gone up. And along with like, I think certain components may be getting more expensive too, that's part of it. Sort of similar to how there's a RAM apocalypse going on right now because a lot of AI is consuming the RAM. It's kind of crazy. But I also imagine that maybe the cost of other things is going up and it's kind of forcing Nintendo to have to raise their prices. Also, even then, you're only buying a license and they can just shut down your device if they feel like it. True, but I also kind of feel like that's modern gaming in a nutshell. Like, technically, if something happened to Steam and they were going to shut down tomorrow, would I have any of the games in my library? Like, whether it's a gaming company like Nintendo or like a provider like Steam, unless you own everything, like the device is yours and you have a physical copy of the game. I feel like we live in an era where game providers can just kind of take anything from you. And sometimes, actually, there's some companies like, I mean, different category, but Amazon, for example, reserves the right to, like, lock you out of your ebooks. Like, even if you buy ebooks off of Amazon, they can, like, manage your library and, like, revoke access and stuff, even though you own your Kindle. Like, that's crazy. But a lot of companies are doing that today. They're just kind of taking full control. Yes! Yes, literally books! Isn't that ridiculous? And you know what? That's why when I found that out after I got my Kindle, I was like, now I'm not buying anything from Amazon. I'm just going to find PDFs online and put it on my own device and have backups in my storage. So if Amazon decides to do something, you know, weird, well, I have all of my PDFs anyway, and I didn't buy them from your store. So, like, ha. BTG, thank you for the tail pats. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Also, by the way, whenever I do reaction videos, I put them in a playlist. And I'm pretty sure I found the entire series from Mashed of the Something About series. So I found Sonic, Knuckles, Amy, and Shadow. I believe that's all of them. And I'd like to react to that soon. I don't think I'm missing the other characters because I searched on YouTube and I was like, is there, I mean, there is Sonic and Tails actually. One video is Sonic and Tails. I don't think I'm missing any other characters, but if you know any others that I might be missing, I am all ears. But yeah, I just want to give you an update about that because I know you've been waiting for that for a little while. I did the same thing with Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock for the PS3. Oh. Screenshot every page of the books. Well, you don't have to do that if you have a PDF copy. As my mentor taught me, sometimes the old ways are the best ways. Also based for getting PDF books for your collection. It's a good thing that a lot of my favorite books are actually the classics. I love me some Socrates and Marcus Aurelius, although it is a denser read than a lot of things, but I love philosophers personally. Yeah, I had that problem with the Kindle app in my older streams because I would copy the material and paste it onto my Mac so I can read it for people, but according to Amazon, I exceeded my copy-paste limit. Why is that even a thing? What? That's strange. Wait, what about Sonic? So there's this series on YouTube by a YouTube channel called Mashed. It's called Something About, and at the end of the title of the video it's like something about Sonic, something about Knuckles, something about Shadow, and it's an animated series. and VTG recommended it in a previous stream. Yeah. And I had it saved in a playlist for when I was ready to start doing reaction videos again because my health was bleh. And so I was just mentioning, like, I found, I'm pretty sure, like, the whole series. But if I was missing any by chance, to let me know. Because, like, there's something about Sonic, Knuckles, Amy Shadow, and then there's a Sonic and Tails one. But if there were other characters, like, I don't know, Rouge or something, it would be nice to know that so I can add it to the playlist. I love Terminal Montage. Is that also by Meshed? I think it might be, because I might have... Oh, wait. That's another content creator, isn't it? I think... So I looked at the series today. And now when a creator makes a video, it'll actually show, like, their collaborators, too. And I think that might... I think Terminal Montage might be a collaborator with them, but I don't remember for sure. So far, there's Secret History of Sonic and Tails, then something about Amy 1 through 5, something about Knuckles, something about Amy Part 6, and finally, there's something about Shadow is the most recent one. Okay, cool. I saw all the videos in a playlist, but I was like, is there another playlist? Like, are there other characters? That's the chronological order, not necessarily by upload dates. Oh, that's the upload order. Yeah. Okay, nice. Perfect. Because I found the playlist and I was just like, is this everything? Because it was also like 5 years ago the series was made, so I was like, maybe there's another, like, part 2 or something. Oh, there's a different one that's named the same thing. Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Which was also part of my confusion initially, but I was like, hey, wait a minute. I remember these video titles. Random question, do you know what a binturong is? I do not know what a binturong is. Is that an instrument? Is it safe for me to Google this word? Will my personal FBI agent get flagged if I do? Oh my gosh! I just Googled it. It's a cat bear that smells like popcorn. It's so cute! The binturong is an omnivore, feeding on plants, insects, and smaller animals. It's primarily nocturnal. Oh my gosh. Also known as the bear cat. It really does look like a bear and a cat at the same time. Oh my gosh. It's so... You know what it's funny? You know what's funny, actually? It looks like a cat and a bear, but it also kind of looks like a sloth. Like, it looks like a slow-moving climber. Wow, I've never seen this animal before. Oh my gosh, they can get huge. That's adorable. Sonic for Hire is my favorite Sonic animated parody series. It's very inappropriate and unhinged, but it is hilarious to me. Ooh, I gotta check that out. Oh my god, it's Leela, and she has her tail out. Hello, Zyne! Hello, welcome in. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm waiting for the tail pats to load. It might be backed up. Is it backed up? Do I have to trigger it myself? Because I can. I'm gonna do it. There we go. Thank you for the tail pats. I appreciate it very much. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy the night summer sounds. Sonic Parody Fan Day 1. Oh my gosh, I love Sonic so much. That was my childhood, man. I really should react to more Sonic content, actually, because that's a huge part of my childhood. I'd love to know more Sonic fans. Also, it wouldn't hurt to do some Legend of Zelda stuff, because that was also one of my favorite franchises. I am happy. I have so many ideas. So many things to try. It's the wind. I like Knuckles because he is an echidna and I love echidnas. I also like Knuckles, and I also like how Nintendo's been approaching his character with a lot more respect in like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, for example. Like for a while, like in Sonic DX, he was sort of becoming like the token angry friend who's also really dumb. And I get it, you know, it's a common trope, but I was also like, Knuckles has a really cool backstory. And like, I felt like they were missing some opportunities to take his character in a different direction, including that. And I like what they did in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies with his character, because that's a lot more of a like respectable depiction of him, I think, and it feels a lot more authentic. I remember watching Sonic for Hire a lot. Also, I believe there are 2 halves to part 4 of There's Something About Amy, so keep that in mind. Noted. Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm going to try to get them in order the best I can and make sure I don't like accidentally miss a video. Because since they're like on the shorter side, I thought it'd be cool to like just kind of do them all at once, you know? So it's a cohesive story. Well, now that begs the question. How do you feel about the live action Zelda movie coming out soon? Admittedly, I'm a little nervous. Whenever something that is fictional is translated to live action, I feel like that's just a very difficult task. Not necessarily impossible, but very difficult. I think it's a high standard inherently. And so you need a lot of really talented people who execute very, very well to make it work. I will see it anyway, because I want to see what they do. And I think I've seen the casting. I'm looking at a picture of it now. I'll be honest, I think Link looks a tad bit doofy. Not that his appearance doesn't match his character. It's just, I don't know what it is. He does look a little off to me. But I also think that's pretty typical for live action. Like, it's hard to perfectly translate a character to the screen. In some shots he looks fine, but in others it's like, is that Link? Is that a body snatcher? I don't know how to describe it. And the same with Zelda too, actually. Like, there's some scenes where I'm like, oh, like that's Zelda, but then in other scenes it's like, ooh, that girl. But I'm gonna give it a chance, and I'm gonna see what they do with it. And hopefully they do a good job. All I can really do is, as a longtime fan, kind of have faith, check it out, and see what the experience is like when it actually comes out in theaters. But I do have a bit of healthy skepticism, and I'm a little nervous about it. Well, in Sonic X, he's just very gullible. It's easy to trick him somewhat. Yeah, yeah. When I say unhinged, I mean stuff like Sonic being flat broke, so he sells his body for a night to Mother Brain from Metroid. And they end up having a monster child together named Shaniqua, where the only thing that Baby says is avocado. And yes, the safe word we used in Pit of Goblins came from that. Oh, I see, I see. I always forget that Sonic is technically owned by Sega. Like, I've owned so many Sega games, and like, I know that in theory. But at the same time, I feel like Sega lays so low all the time, and Nintendo is such a bigger name that I always forget Sega exists. I kind of wish that Sega did more in a way, because I think a lot of other people probably do the same thing. I hate it, but I want to see it. I'm so conflicted. Exactly, yeah. I can relate, fine. Curious to hear your review when it releases. I'd like to do that. I've thought of doing movie reviews before. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's easy to pretend you've changed because he's too trusting sometimes, but also not very socially adept. Yeah, I like how they used his more like literally coming from a different time and era to explain his character versus like before it felt like he was somehow a modern guy who had an ancient past, but he didn't like act ancient at all. So when he was dumb, it just felt like he was actually dumb. You know what I mean? If you can turn the blame to someone else and say they were evil, he'd help you. Yeah. I mean, I guess every character does have to have their flaws, but I like how they approached it in the movies because it felt like his naivete came from a place that like sorta made sense versus him just being dumb for the sake of being dumb. In fact, what Sonic movie are we up to now? Because I remember the last one I'm aware of is oh yep, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Scheduled for theatrical release on March 19th, 2027. Okay, so it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because I remember Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is going to be in New York. And we're going to get Metal Sonic and Amy in the same movie? I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched. In Sonic Boom, he's literally just a meathead. I am craving popcorn. I shall go make some. Ooh, this is a good choice. I kind of want Sonic fast food now. I wish there was a Sonic in my area. They closed many years ago. I like Jim Carrey's portrayal of Dr. Eggman. He looked like someone I'd want to hang out with. Me too. I was actually very surprised he came out of like acting retirement for that role. Like it made me really happy. Because Jim Carrey, he's been through some things. And kinda seemed like he was done with acting unless it was a really, really important role. And so I was really happy when he came out and did Eggman for us. Now that I think about it, the Sonic fast food place would have been a much better product placement for the Sonic movies rather than Olive Garden. The jokes just write themselves. I agree. And I love how, like with the first movie, because they had to do Sonic's redesign, by the time the movie came out, like, Sonic was talking about promotional stuff that didn't even exist anymore. Kind of funny. That was sort of an unintended joke in of itself. But I really wish that Sonic the Hedgehog and the Sonic food chain would just collaborate. Because when you look at the branding for the Sonic fast food place, it looks just like Sonic. Like the font and the colors and everything. Like you can't tell me that the inventors of Sonic weren't at least partly inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, everyone being on roller skates, gotta go fast with delivering your customers' orders. I mean, it would be so perfect. Heck, you can make him work there for like 5 minutes in a future movie or something and it would fit. He came out of acting retirement like 3 times. He's like the American and actor version of like Hayao Miyazaki. He just keeps coming out of animation retirement. For just Sonic, yeah. Sonic also loves chili dogs, you know? That's true. That's true! See? So many opportunities. I kind of hope that before they end the Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie series, they somehow manage to do that. Or at least something in the future, like a little collaboration. Just give us a little something. That'd be really cool. I felt that way for a long time. I wonder if the Sonic Archie comics are actually still going on. Sonic Archie comics. Most of the Sonics in my town are going out of business. The one I went to before it closed only had one person working. Oh my god. You know, that does make sense. I think, especially ever since COVID, a lot of places have been really struggling. And like I said, mine went out of business many years ago, and I live in a really, like, populated, touristy place. So, like, if you can't make money in my area, usually that's, just like the economy. Rents are pretty high, but, like, the demand is pretty high, too. Oh, wait, that's right. The Sonic Archie comics were canceled. It ended in 2017. I was curious because I liked, I like how comics sometimes allow you to, like, experience the fuller story of a character that maybe didn't get a lot of airtime in a show. And I found Silver and Blaze's stories to be really interesting. Silver is not utilized enough, in my opinion. Closest Sonic for me is 23 minutes away, but the path to get there is pretty ghetto. Have you checked out the IDW Sonic comics? I don't think so. Let me see. Oh wait, I might have actually, because both the Archie comics series and ongoing IDW publishing series has Silver's storyline in it. Oh, interesting. I've considered buying the comics, but like if you go online and you try to buy them, sometimes they're like, depending on the issue, because you know collectors they value things differently. Sometimes a single issue is like $100, and I'm like, okay, that's a lot. So yes, I have. Archie Sonic is the strongest version of Sonic, if I remember correctly. Aside from Hyper, of course. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Apart from like really early Sonic Archie comics, I haven't finished the series. I just kind of like read some of the first issues, and then I went straight to Silver's storyline, and I read some of that, and then I forgot about it. But I would like to go back. Particularly for Silver's storyline. I like stories about dystopian futures. And non-dystopian futures, but like I like cyberpunk. And Player One, I think the movie's called. And like Ghost in the Shell. Actually no, I do like dystopian futures. Utopian futures are boring. I like dystopian futures. Hypersonic was literally only in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, literally the only time said form was shown. I'm trying to remember if I've seen that. Also, I think you meant Ready Player One? Yes, Ready Player One. Thank you, thank you. Also, Blade Runner 77. Oh no, wait, 2049. 2049. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a game from way back. When? Oh, okay, that's the full title. For some reason, I thought those two separate games. I have played that before. 1994? Listen, I'm not that old. I'm talking about Blade Runner 2049. That came out in 2017. Part of me wants to live in Ready Player One, but not in the ghetto district. Valid. I do sometimes wonder what the future is going to end up looking like. Especially when a lot of these more dystopian future movies do not feel that off base compared to where we're headed. Yo, what's up? How y'all doing on this fine evening? Hello, Raleigh Hamster. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday night. Oh no, that's when Sonic 3 and Knuckles was made. Oh, okay. I was like, Troy, but I did not see that Blade Runner. When I was Googling Blade Runner, there was some 1900s dates that were coming up, so I thought you were referencing that. I finally found a stream that isn't 18 plus. I'm saved. Raleigh Hamster, I am so sorry to tell you this. But this is in fact an 18 plus stream. It should be in my Twitch about section, if I'm not mistaken, in the rules specifically. But I appreciate the openness though. Thank you for being open about it. No worries. At least you mentioned it. That's very good. Very safe. Have a good night. No worries. It doesn't? Really? That's been a rule for a long time. Let's see, maybe something has gone awry. Oh my god, where did it go? Let me quickly search this whole page. Is it really not anywhere? Oh no! It got erased somehow. Well, put that back. I will do that now. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna put that in rule number 1. That was weird. Oh, well, they didn't read anyway. Yeah, for those who don't know, originally my stream was just open to everyone. But, as some of you might remember if you've been around for a long time, I had a really cute model at one point. A lolly model. And I didn't know anything about, like, lolly culture or anything. I just thought it was a really cute aesthetic. And I just went with it for that reason. But when I started streaming with it, there was lolicons coming into the chat and young kids that resonated with the design because it looks small and cute. So, like, you know, sometimes younger viewers are attracted to that. And I was like, oh no. This is not the best combination of demographics to be coming together into my chat. Think we need a rebrand for the sake of safety. And I think we need to put down the 18 plus rule. So, that's the history on that. Bueno, chat, it is my time to head out and catch some seas. Buenas noches a todos. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you for a fun evening, Mila. Thank you, Hispanic Assassin. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Don't forget to hydrate. Muchas gracias. I only got here when she wasn't cheap. It was good timing, because by that point, I didn't have that problem anymore. Yep, 2 years, 4 months. Yeah. It's a long time. It's gonna be 4 years as of, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be 4 years as of August 22nd of this month. That's my 4-year anniversary. I am very happy that I get to spend 4 years with you guys. I remember Lila as a little demon or something. I love that description. Ah, back in the good old days, when Lila was a little demon or something. He was reacting to AI presidents and discussing Zelda. I'll never forget when someone called me a chocolate milk cow during my sheep era. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to correct you because that sounds pretty cute actually. I don't want to be a chocolate milk cow. Who doesn't love chocolate milk? Back when Lila was just a demon on people's shoulders. Yes. Good times, good times. Alright guys, it's 5 minutes to 1 a.m. and you know what that means. This is typically when we say hello to a friend. And let's see, can we get a new person this time around? I'd like to raid a new creator if we can. Oh, there's quite a few people that are live right now. We should be able to get somebody. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at a few different people now. Okay, so one person is playing a horror game, and because we're doing ASMR, I think it would be rude if I rated someone playing horror. So you know what? We're gonna say hello to a little capybara that's just chatting right now. Remember, raid into ASMR or a quiet VTuber to not wake people. See, that's what I'm thinking. The thing is... Oh, well, actually, you know what? Hold on, I can check how loud this person is, actually. Okay, yeah, this creator's on the quieter side. They are talking, but they have a softer voice, so that feels like a good choice to me. Because no one that's live right now is doing ASMR, so that's as good as I'm going to get for right now. But I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about my choice. Mods, can I have? Oh, okay, you have the raid messages, good. We have our raid messages in chat for subscribers and non-subscribers. We also have a link to my card with all of my socials and a link to my Discord. We have movie nights every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You're invited. We love you. I love you too! Bye, Lila. Night, Lila. Good night, everybody. Mods, can I... Oh, you already did it. Good mods, good mods. Head pats for all of you. Yes, yes. But thank you so much for joining us for ASMR night. I hope you enjoyed the sounds, and I hope I stayed on the quieter side for the most part. I know when I get excited my voice can raise in volume a little bit, but I appreciate you very much. We're gonna say hello to Mikan. He's a capybara VTuber doing some stress tests today. And they have a more well-spoken. They have a softer voice. So I think they're a good choice. The countdown has started. Good night, I love you very much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Oh, hello, ghost. I'm sorry I missed you. Good night.